Today was a good, it was a good ending. We went out. Basically, our objective today was to go out and clean up some little things here and there from the spring game. A lot of energy out there today. That was good. Some great focus out there today. But overall, just big picture for the spring, I think there's a lot of progress made in a lot of different spots. We certainly aren't anywhere near where we need to be. But taking into consideration just the newness of the offenses and the defenses, I feel like we ended in a place that's about where we thought we'd be. So that's been a good thing.
You looked at the video from Saturday. Anything catch your eye?
No, I think it was pretty much what I said after the game. You know, there were some good things. There were some inconsistencies there. Again, that's what we went back to address this morning. You know, the effort was really good. The kids had fun. They tried to play physical football, and you know, again, just overall inconsistency, you know, has really been the message, you know, during the spring. So, pleased with some things, but a long way to go.
Gene, just talk about the importance of between now and August.
Well, you know, you hate to say that this is the most important time of the year, but certainly what happens in the next 3 months is very critical to, you know, how your football team is formed. And, you know, these guys have summer workouts that, you know, bond your team. They've got a lot of work ahead of them. So they got to come in on their own and do some film work. They've got to come in on their own and, you know, they got to be very motivated, you know, to, again, every guy try to make themselves a better football player without the coaches around. And you've got to be self-motivated to do that. So very critical time, both in the weight room and conditioning, but also in them trying to get better as football players on their own and spending time doing that.
They had a lot on their plate, but how much did you see the quarterbacks as a group improve from day one to the finish of spring?
Well, you know, I think we made some progress. I don't think there's any question about that. We, again, the inconsistencies of what we have done pretty much on a day-in, day-out basis. That doesn't mean there hasn't been some good days, but you know, we may have 2 or 3 very good days followed by, you know, a not so good day productivity-wise. So again, I think that position has gained some ground, no question. But again, the inconsistencies are what we have to iron out.
Was that to be expected with all the new stuff that you?
I don't want to say that we expect that. It doesn't surprise us, you know, given the circumstances. But you know, again, that's the quarterback position. You have to eliminate those inconsistencies.
What things did you have to clean up today specifically?
You know, just some ball handling issues, some reads, some techniques mainly. You know, whether it be offensive linemen with, you know, footwork technique, or defensive linemen, secondary or linebacker guys with run fits and alignments, just some things of that nature.
The defensive line is one of those spots where people talked about they're kind of moving forward and getting some pressure, doing some of the things that you like to see. You know, Saturday, a kind of good indication, especially from the defensive ends, that they kind of bought into that.
Well, again, I think that, you know, we're going to expect, you know, when you're in a 4-3, you got to have some pressure from your front forward. I mean, you don't want to feel like you have to blitz every time to get pressure. You know, so we've got some guys that I think have gotten better during the spring, no question about it. But we're going to rely on our front forward, you know, a lot to you know, get some disruptions back there. So I think they've gotten better. And again, they're not any different than anybody else. We have a long way to go.
How good is it to get D Ford back himself out there?
It's really good. It's really good to see D back and see him healthy. And he had a really good spring, and he stayed healthy. I think he feels good. Again, this is going to be a very critical time for him, conditioning in the weight room, you know, coming off that injury. So, but we have no reason to believe that he won't work extremely hard. He always does.
Anything else? All right, Coach.